Good morning, ladies, and welcome to the Relationship Builders Customize Your Love Life series. I wanted to talk today about the wife syndrome. I don't know if a number of you guys realize, but I've been writing a lot about the wife syndrome. And so my latest post was does marriage equal love? Right? So I'm noticing, myself included for many years, so this is not about the rest of the world and not about me, but we as women are triggered by the idea of marriage. The thing about marriage is that it doesn't promise any of us anything, even though it is meant to be a promise. We I guess it is when I hear ladies telling me that, shortly after they meet a guy, they're asking him, do you want to get married? You know that that's like subconsciously asking a man to like be your husband. I mean, that's the way I see it. Some explain it differently, but at the end of the day, I believe I'm old fashioned, I guess that's the thing. And I think that it should be up to the guy to make that decision. If he wants to marry you, he's gonna ask you. But I went through the same thing with Bobby. We were about a year into the relationship. I knew that this was my forever mate. I felt that. But I ended up talking to him about it about approximately a year later to see, okay, we're in this. I really like you. You seem to really like me. You're living with me and my children. I guess I should have made that decision before. But anyway, he was living with me and my children, and I wanted to know. Marriage was very important to me, and he told me very straightforward. He didn't believe in marriage. That growing up, what he saw was marriage is failing, so he didn't see the purpose of marriage. That hurt me dearly. I ended up after a few conversations, when we were talking about it, and I decided that what's the point? So I actually, took myself, I left my kids at home with him, and I left. I went away for the night. He called me early the following morning, and he called me and asked me to come home, and I did, and we had a discussion, and he told me point blank, because I don't believe in marriage, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. That really was like a really big thing when he said that to me. It was almost like in that moment I realized that because someone doesn't marry you or because marriage isn't important to them doesn't mean that they don't love you. And I assume that at the end of the day that we're all striving for love, that we really just want somebody to love us, right? How many people have gotten married and gotten divorced? I guess if marriage was a end all and be all and that you had to be connected to them for life, I guess I would understand. But when he said that to me, it was just a moment of realization. And when he said that, because he didn't care to get married, that he didn't love me, I realized that the power in that statement was, that he was telling me that I love you, not because I don't want to do that. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. And I decided to stay in the relationship. And yeah, years later, we did end up going to get married. So what I'm saying at the end of the day is that marriage is not the end all and be all. And I understand it's powerful to so many of you. And yeah, you should go for what you want. If it means something to you, sure, right? But these days, people seem to be really, at the end of the day, getting married, you want to get married just to get married. It doesn't solidify or guarantee you anything. And I personally believe people get married, maybe they should just tough it out. I mean, if you make such a big decision, then tough it out. I'm in this to be in this. We're doing this, right? I can't see any reason to leave. Sometimes, yeah, we have arguments, and not even so much anymore, but sometimes, like, Bobby is kind of a really, like, hardball kind of guy. And so sometimes he'll say something or he'll just not do something, and it'll just eat away at me. And I'm like, why does this upset you so much? So, like, for example, this morning, he's supposed to be going to the doctor, right? And then he lies there in bed and he's chilling. And I'm thinking, we have a meeting to go to after this, and you're just taking your time. And it's like it just made me so upset inside. And then I had to say, Joy, calm down, relax a nerve already. This is not that serious. When he goes, he goes. When he gets back, he gets back. And then we go to the meeting after that. But I'm going to learn that if he does that and I go get in my car and I drive, he can meet me. He doesn't have to drive with me. He can drive his own car, right? So just know that at the end of the day, we're going to have ups and downs, troubles, bad times, hard times, arguments, and all that. But they say if you're looking for a guarantee with marriage, you may as well, I mean, go buy a car battery if you're looking for a guarantee. Marriage does not guarantee you anything. You need to feel that connection and that bond, that closeness, that building of a relationship. with that person before you even consider marriage. Too many people, are running to the altar, and then what happens? The relationship crumbles. So if you're looking for security, build that in the relationship first, and then if you want to get married after, to me, then the marriage is just like the icing on top and the cherry. It kind of finalizes and says, this is who we are. We love each other, so this is what we're doing. But don't get married to think that you're going to have anything solid, because that's not what marriage essentially is. All right, folks, so thanks for tuning in to me this morning, and I'll talk to you ladies again soon. Bye for now.